Torque box to electric boogaloo. Here we are. Install video. I brought Robert because he's the one that made this and designed it, and I figured he'd be the best one to talk about it.
All right, guys. It's basically the same box that we've always had, just with some nice upgrades. So let's get into it.
Got a brand new, fully redesigned box that has all the good stuff about the original Torque Box 1 with some really cool added upgraded features that Robert's gonna talk about. And I think you can actually fit a bigger battery in this one now too, can't you?
Very slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know a lot of people are working on cool new batteries, so I want to make that as easy as possible. We got all these extra things. So the first thing I want to talk about is all the inserts that we had in the previous box that would sometimes, if you're a really rough rider, they would crack. Well, guess what? No inserts at all. But no insert, but wait, then how does it attach?
How does it attach, Robert? I remember on your first iteration of the Torque Box, it didn't have any inserts at all because you would just screw straight into the plastic and use the plastic as the nut. Come on, guys, we don't screw directly into plastic. That's insane.
It worked. It worked. It just wasn't very fun to do. On this iteration, here's what we've got instead. First, let's talk about how it attaches to the rails. We've got these little threaded pieces. They fit in here. They've got this little locking,
nice little channel
that locks them in place, so that when you put them in the rails, the metal gets screwed into the rail. It pinches everything in here, but it's not actually directly threaded into the box. So that gives it a little bit of room to flex and move as you're riding and going over drops and stuff.
Yeah, and the ridges make it so you can't slide it forward and backwards at all. Fully locked in.
Fully locked in.
He's locked in, people. Locked in.
Now, the other thing we did on this is we widened the base so that you can fit slightly bigger batteries. And because of that, it now does require the torque bumper, bang bumper.
Well, the old model required the torque bang bumper as well, or the torque.
Well, it kind of did.
Bumper.
You could also fit like the original XR bumper is kind of what it was designed to fit. Yeah.
Oh.
So this one is now
Who's riding
exclusively
the original XR bumpers. That's crazy.
This one is exclusively for the new torque bumper.
Yep, but we got them. We got torque bangs in stock.
So you're gonna put your. So the other thing you're gonna notice right away is we got two of these holes here. So it comes with a little plug. So for you guys who really want to go crazy, you want to put your harness out this side, or you want to have some other connection, or you want to put a torque box in the front.
What? What?
Why would you want to do that? I don't know.
That seems insane to me.
Yeah, split pack or just dual batteries. You can now have your harness come out either way, and then we have a little plug for the one that you're not using.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. You can use a coin or like a big flathead screwdriver.
A flathead screwdriver is what you should use.
So this fits in here. The opening here has also been a little bit widened so that you can fit an M20 gland in here without having to shave down the nut. So that'll be a really nice feature. There you go. So that's blocked off, and then you just put your harness on the other side as usual.
Cool. So the black one's just a plug.
Just a plug.
For whichever one you're not using. If you're gonna use them both, don't need it.
That's it.
Cool.
So you're gonna put all your stuff in there as usual. If you want to learn how to put the battery and the BMS and everything in there, that's gonna be lots of resources out there to find out how to do that, but we're not gonna cover that today. So the lid goes on as usual, but then what's a little bit different is, because if we don't have the inserts, we're gonna have this guy. So to install this, we just kind of get it in place first.
Yeah, Lige.
Get your screws ready.
Bring it in on that. Come see how this guy fits in right there. So it's this one, slides right up, and then the screws can go down right into that insert and lock it in place.
So you're gonna want your little wrench that comes in our toolkit. The bit is included with the box. So we started on one side.
You know, just like most things with multiple screws, you kind of want to get them all started and then you crank them all down. Don't just get one in and crank it all the way down and then try the next one.
Now, the other thing I love about this connector here on the tire side is you get a nice clamp all the way across the full length to seal any moisture from getting into this box.
So you're telling me there's increased waterproofing protection with Torque Box 2?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look at this. The plastic is unable to deform at all across here because it's held by this piece here. So that's how this one goes in. And then we have a similar situation on the rear side of the board. We got this reinforced metal. There we go.
Man, that looks like a nice tight seal there, Robert.
It really does. Look at that. It is pinched completely all the way across. There is no way water is getting in this side either.
You know what's really cool about these install videos is now that this is a used item, it now is just gonna go directly to the thrift shop. Someone is gonna get a smoking deal.
I think it has a scratch right there.
Oh, it's a blem now. Check the blem section. There's a cheap torque box too in there.
All right, now what about the sides you're saying? Well, great question. Oh, also guys, it comes with 2 extra screws, so these don't get all confused about where these are supposed to go. All right, so one of the sort of nifty tricks that we have on this is we have a nut that drops in to the corners here. Just push it in there. Boom. Now, the idea with this is for your foot pad. If you have a foot pad that has the screw that can go into here. And the idea here is that because it's not actually fixed to the plastic, you'll be able to tighten it down and it won't apply any extra stress to the box. This nut will end up just tightening right up against the rail. And so then your foot pad will just be pinched to the rail instead of going and applying stress to the box. So now that we've got this, how does it go into the rails? I would suggest you can put these metal pieces on and then you can slide it into the back of your rails if that's how your board is set up. Or if you have like one rail taken off your board.
Now these are symmetrical, right? So you can use them on either the left or the right?
Those are symmetrical, but this should be a little bit snug because of the foam. And we want that to ensure that it seals. So you put a corner in first, is kind of what I would recommend doing. Sliding it in, boom, there you go. It should be nice and tight like that. Line up the holes. And the rail is gonna hold the lid on there and keep the foam sealed. And you should have one of these screws left over.
Yeah, also the, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Also the 10 screws in the top of it are gonna keep it sealed pretty darn good as well.
Yeah.
So we've got it sealed from all sides.
My tool for the job. Do not forget, guys, whatever you do.
This is a very important step, especially if you're like this guy and gonna ride in the rain or dusty trails.
I'm never gonna admit that I put together a torque box and didn't put the vent on it and then went into the water and destroyed my board.
So back here, there's a hole. This is the vent, and you need to install the included Gore-Tex vent right over the top of it. That's what the guitar pick is for, to peel it off.
Now, water can't just rush in and destroy your battery.
Yeah, so that's basically a one-way vent. It'll allow air to escape the battery box, but it won't let anything in. So it can breathe without sucking in any dirt, dust, water, any of that stuff.
All right, so that's all the features of the new Torque Box 2.
All right, we're done here. Put that on your board, go ride, have a good time.
I'm ready, let's go.
That's it, guys. Torque Box 2 install. Robert, awesome, I love it.
All of our favorite battery makers have this box now as well. So they're all working on bigger packs and things for this box.
Yeah,
so,
and if you use some of the smaller packs, it just means you have more room for padding that battery, which is increased safety. That's great, less shock to the battery. It's a win, 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 win. Lots of wins. So, thank you guys, appreciate you, and we're out. Cheers, Robert.
Cheers, float on.
Enjoy your matcha. Float on, my friends.